Hey everyone. I'm super excited to be here with my client, Denise. So I have Denise with me. Denise, I'm going to have you give a little intro of who you are. But when we first started working together, Denise had been in business for a little bit and was definitely frustrated with things and has been able to make some amazing progress since we've started working together. So I want her to share a little bit about that and about her experience so that you guys can um, get a better idea of what it is to really get going in your business and what it takes and how things can change for you. So Denise, why don't you start by giving us a little intro, tell everyone a little bit about you and what you do with your business.
Well, I'm Denise Morrison, and I am a health and life coach as well as a physical therapist. And now my niche is working with women who struggle with eating disorders, as I had done myself. So I have clarified that and focused my programs, my coaching for those clients. So my business is called Intuitively Unique Coaching because I had to learn how to be intuitive with many, many things. So that's what I do.
I love it. Yeah, and this is the other thing I kind of wanted to talk about too, Denise. Like, have a background in the health and wellness field, which I have quite a few people come to me that already do, being a PT. And maybe we can talk a little bit about that. But what made you want to make the leap or make the switch into coaching and get into that?
Oh, I mean, as a physical therapist, I've had to coach clients forever in a different kind of way.
Yeah.
As I saw over the years that I was constrained by the environment that I had been working in, and I couldn't fully be myself for the client and for the patient. And then the more I learned, the more I saw, and then I went through coaching, and I thought, wow, this is phenomenal. It changes the game entirely for me and for my clients. And then I just went down some paths and became certified a few times over, and I thought, this is the best. It's the greatest, most rewarding career that I'm embarking on this time in my life, because I've been a physical therapist for way too long to talk about. And being a health and life coach really embraces so many bigger picture items instead of just the nitty gritty that I was doing. And it just feels like a great step in the right direction. And then, of course, being a medical professional, I had no idea how to run a business. So that's where you came along.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the idea of getting to, because I was in the same place as far as having a background in chiropractic, but not really being able to work with people in the way I really wanted to, which was more in the coaching capacity. And I think as a coach, like, we can really work with people in the way we want to, when we're interested in the mindset and stuff. And it opens up a lot of doorways, which is awesome. So, yeah. So why don't you tell us, like, where you were at when we first started working together, what was going on for you, where you were feeling stuck or frustrated? Like, give us a little bit of a picture.
I was a hot mess express. Like, just finished another certification, and I had the goods. I have the programs, I had a knowledge, but then the business stuff just seemed too much. And I had been in another business previously and took many other trainings, but it was having me do this, that, the other thing. I was really spinning. I was overwhelmed, and I was on Facebook for a long time and Instagram, and I was spread too thin. Like, when I met you, I was posting all over the place, posting too much, posting the wrong content, talking to everybody and nobody. I mean, wasting a lot of time that I don't have. Yeah. I still work full time, and then mom and wife and all those other jobs came in. And so when I met you, I was spinning, and then you basically helped me hone myself in, which is what I needed so badly.
Yeah. How much time do you think you were putting into your business, like a week before we started working together?
Stupid time. Like, I mean, 4 to 6 hours, probably exhausting myself and wasting time.
Yeah.
In the wrong place, in the wrong way, with the wrong messaging, the wrong tools. Like, I really was, I had too many things going on for how to make it happen. And I wasn't getting success at all. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Just not seeing like the clients and the income coming in that you wanted.
No, it wasn't, I felt like I knew something was missing. And then I stalked you. I stalked you and found you.
I'm so glad you did. And so tell us a little bit about like what, through working together, like what did we change and how did it change your business? Like where are you at now? Give us like a little bit of a picture of what that looked like for you.
Well, heck, I mean, the first conversation, I think when we had our like ideal client call, I mean, I was so far out there because of the way I had been running my business and messaging everywhere, and I speaking to everyone and no one. So you helped me hone in and really get to the nitty gritty of like who I am and who I really wanted to talk to. So like I got really clear on my message. I got really clear on who I wanted to be working with. And so that started off. And then for sure, setting up the Facebook group, making sure I set up my Facebook business page properly. And then the winning ad that I got that just like blew up my Facebook group. I mean, just the wording you helped me with, and Sarah as well, and just having like the right message come out of me in the right way for the right client. And I mean, that changed everything. And then the group has just grown and grown and grown, and it's fun. And I mean, but then I have all the other tools like building my website, landing pages, doing a webinar, doing an ebook. So, I mean, I could go on. I have a system now. I have tools where I can go back to because of the access that you gave me. So if I get stuck or forget, I can go back and rejig it somehow. So yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And tell us a little bit, like you were saying that you're getting people like reaching out to you and telling you about your messaging and that they really relate and stuff too. Like tell us a little bit about that, because we did some shifting with, like you said, your ideal client and messaging. And
oh yeah, once I knew who I wanted to speak to and what my clear message was, like when I got really honest with what I was going to offer and who I am, and got super vulnerable too. I mean, it's like I had to go through that as well and getting over it so I could present my message out there. But it's beautiful, and it's like everything is so in sync, because when I post, I'm posting for them now. And I mean, they'll say to me like, "Are you in my head?" So, like, well, I get you. And like we get each other, and it's similar now. And there's people that I'm working with that I feel like I'm talking to myself 10 years ago, which is like I can really help them with my program, my system, because I've developed that through your skills and your tools that you helped me with. Because yeah, I was pitching to nobody and anybody. It was just like screaming on the corner, hoping someone would see me.
yeah. Yeah. And I think it's so awesome, like when you get so clear about your messaging, because this is something you've been through yourself. You totally get it. Like you are coming from a place of really understanding and speaking to them, like to their heart, like what's going on for them. And they're like, oh my gosh, she totally gets it. And it changes how you feel about your marketing, right? Because you can market instead. It's like really about building that connection instead of like trying to push something on people. Like, you know, like, look at me, look what I have to offer. You're like really building that connection.
No, for sure. It feels so much easier now. It feels natural. It just feels like I'm talking to people that I really want to help and give my all to, and it feels nice, not salesy at all.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you've been getting some clients, right? So how's that going?
Oh, it's been great. I love it. I love it so much. I could do it all the time. So, and I just love it because I feel confident in my messaging, my programs I have for them. I feel, 1,000% better in my mindset. And it's like the shift. I could feel the shift as I got, further along into your videos, into the group. Like I could just feel that shift and the connection. So, and all your lectures about mindset really helped me take a good look at what I was limiting myself with in my own life, in my business, everything. So letting that go was tremendous change. So
yeah. Yeah, I love that. How about like pricing? Because I know you were kind of in a different like model when we first got started. Like, how has that shifted for you as far as what you're charging and kind of like price point?
I mean, I feel valued now. I feel that the exchange of what I'm giving out, I'm getting the value back financially. Like it feels fantastic. And it's me and my work and all that I've put into it. So, I mean, that's been a fantastic change that I make more in like 2 months than I did in a year. So,
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
yeah, I know. And I represent myself, which is fantastic. And my,
Yeah.
so it's all me now. And at first I was freaked out about it, but now I'm like, this is my jam. And, I have the tools to support that. So.
Yeah, yeah. And you're so great at just like being you and putting your personality out there. And I think it's awesome to just like be able to be you, and that's your branding and your messaging and right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be naysayers and haters, but go out and find somebody else. Like seriously, I was bothered by it, and then you taught me with, our private Zooms. Like, would you say like it's your playground? If they don't play nice, kick them off the playground. I mean, I love
Yeah.
it because it's true. It's like you're not meant to be here with me. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your tribe, your people. Like,
Oh, totally, totally. I get that now. I understand.
yeah, yeah. So what has anything in your life like shifted personally for you outside of your business since we started working together?
I mean, my whole mind and body, I feel like I'm being a different person. Like embodied my coaching now. Like it
Mm,
did my identity, so to speak, with like the know-how and the confidence and the success that I've had. So like once I had a system in place and all the right tools, because I felt like I was spinning and I didn't know what I was doing, and you helped me figure out what was good for me, not
mm.
anybody and everybody. So like helping me hone myself in changed tremendously. So I don't feel icky anymore. I don't feel fake. I don't feel like a fraud. I feel like this is my jam. I've got it. So does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I love
Sometimes I
it.
say things, I'm like, does that make sense? It feels great.
And I can just see it too, like just the shift in the confidence. And I mean, how do you feel like moving forward from here, and as far as like where you'll be able to bring your business and kind of moving forward?
Oh, super excited. Like, I mean, I know what to do now. I mean, I'm just keeping going and keep expanding from the base that you've given me. So I have the system so that I can keep just plugging on as I change and develop. My message might change, my program might change, but I still feel like I have the tools to go on for a long time because they were tools that I incorporated for me, like in
Yeah.
and me. So I mean, I'm loving it, and I'm definitely way more organized, and I'm not spinning in circles like I was.
The good old circles. I think so many of us are there when we're getting
And
started.
you could be in spinning in circles because there's too many. I mean, thank God for you to tell me like just stick to two platforms. Like don't be posting out on here, there, and everywhere and watering myself down and wasting time. So you got me to hone myself in, and I feel more confident in that now. I have
Yeah.
more time back.
Right? You can actually do less and
Yeah.
make more, make a bigger impact. Yeah, yeah. I love it so much. So what, from your experience, would you recommend working with a business coach? Me specifically.
Truly.
Yeah, what would you say to people who are like really hesitant to do it and they're like, oh, I can do it all on my own. I should figure it out by myself.
It's tough. I tried that and I was spinning and I was like Googling stuff and looking up YouTube, and it was here, there, and everywhere. And you get to that, well, I got to the place of like, ooh, shiny object, shiny object. They know better, they know better. And I was stuck in the weeds. So once I found your program and you, and we got to talking, I'm like, oh, this is going to work for me. Like all that stuff could work. It works, but it wasn't for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just felt like having you to guide us and to answer the questions and be available really worked with me. So I was having my questions answered so that it applied to what you were teaching me, and I could put it into action. So it was easy. It was like, do your homework and go do it, and then ask a question. So your system that you set up is like, just do it, really. But yeah, having that person like yourself to watch me, so I'm not like getting down or getting lost or getting discouraged or the mindset gets off, and
Yeah.
just that perspective, the bigger picture perspective helped. And then the group, of course, we have all the ladies in the group that are sharing, so you don't feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. So
Yeah.
yes, don't try to do it yourself, especially don't go looking at Google all the time.
Yeah, right. Like you spent, you said a year, made more in 2 months, and then you did in a year of.
Yeah, it's like shot in the dark stuff. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with all that. It's just it wasn't what I was getting for me. Like you helped me hone me in and my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I love it, Denise. Let me just see. We had some people. Hey, Pri. Hey, Rashida. Am I saying your name right? And Linda. Yeah. So Pri was asking how long you were trying to go at it on your own before you decided to hire me. So it was was it like a year?
Yeah, and I was just spinning and doing other things. And it wasn't really the things I was doing and paying for weren't actually speaking to me.
Yeah.
Speaking to the general.
Because you actually had like a big following, right? But you weren't getting any clients or income from it.
Yeah, it was
Barely.
the wrong thing entirely.
Yeah.
It was a global message for that kind of thing, but it wasn't for what I was coming and wanted to do. So
yeah,
just bringing it all into my neat little package helped me.
Yeah.
Get success and finally go, I don't have to freak out anymore.
Yeah. 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 Let us know if you guys have any other questions. Otherwise, Denise, do you have any last words of wisdom or anything that you want to add to anyone watching?
Don't wait. Don't struggle. Don't waste time and money where, there's just there's so many shiny objects and so many trainings out there, but like finding someone who's like speaks your language, your tribe. I knew I was with you once I met you and went, oh, another introvert. You have helped me come out of the introvert mode. Right. Be this person that can talk to you right now. Otherwise I'd be hiding.
Yeah. So, I always say that, because I work with a lot of introverts. Like, I definitely relate with being an introvert, but I'm way less introverted than I ever used to be just through starting my business. And I think kind of all the personal development and work that you have to do through doing that. So,
oh, yeah. You gave us resources and books to read, and, all the tips were in there. So, you just do it. Do the homework.
Yeah. I love it so much. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing, Denise. If any of you guys are watching or you catch the replay and you have questions for Denise or I, let us know. We'll be happy to answer them. If you feel like you're spinning in your business like Denise was, maybe you're putting in tons of effort and not seeing the results you want, please, I will put a link. You can sign up for a call with me. I'd love to speak with you about how we can get you moving forward in your business, because you don't have to do it all alone. None of us do. Like, there's barely anyone out there that's being successful with their business that hasn't worked with a coach. It's very challenging to do. So don't put that expectation on yourself. So get some support.
Yes, I know.
And I'd love to help you. So I'm happy to talk to you about it. I'll put a link. You can sign up for a free call with me. And otherwise, if you have questions for Denise or I, feel free to add them in the comments. We'll answer them. Do I do seminars as a coach? Do you do seminars? I'm not sure if you're asking me or Denise. But I don't think either of us do. We do both of our business online mostly. So
for now,
yeah. But you can definitely do seminars and stuff too. But There's a lot you can do online to really build your business and get in front of people too. So
Well, you teach us how to do the webinar, so.
yeah, and the webinar you can use as like a seminar or workshop or a like a talk if you wanted to too. So you could do it in person and you could do it online. So double win, which is awesome. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much, Denise, for coming on and sharing your experience. Thank you, everyone who joined us. Any questions, feel free to ask. And I hope everyone has an amazing rest of their night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Denise. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.